Welcome into Milford, Delaware. This is 19963, a town that shares two county lines, Kent and Sussex. We'll see that in a bit. But today we have a goal. Goal is to take us on a nice, leisurely drive through the town of Milford. We have 4 or 5 key points of interest: hotel, highway, hospital. We're going to see at the very end, if you want to stick around with us, a brand new restaurant being built right at the tip top of where we drive into Milford. And if we're lucky, we're going to see some of what makes Milford great. Now, I will say today, it's very cold and windy, so probably not going to see a lot of people walking around. Probably not going to see a lot of people enjoying the town and the sidewalks. But our game plan is we're going to come up here on Walnut Street. We're going to take a ride through downtown and up Rehoboth Boulevard and get to see a little bit of Milford. Now, we started our tour today on Lakeview. Coming up on South Walnut Street, we're taking a left on as we come off of Causey Mansion off to our right. As we turn left onto the main drag of Walnut Street. Okay. Crossing over this bridge, we're actually moving from Sussex County into Kent County. Joining us today, as always, the main guy, Sean Wright. Say hi, Sean.
Hello, everybody.
Now, Sean, I have 2 fun facts for you today about Milford, Delaware. Do you want the first one now, or do you want me to hold off?
I'll take it now.
You'll take it now? All right. So, do you know why Milford is named Milford?
Does it have to do with the mills and the fords?
It does have to do with the mills and the fords, dang it. Do you know? So yes, family by the name of the Mills, prominent in this area, but do you know why they were prominent?
No idea.
Shipbuilding. The maritime economy, which essentially the supply and trade done by ships, wooden ships. One of the biggest shipyards on the East Coast was out of Delaware. Milton was a huge piece of that with the Broadkill River, but the Mispillion River was one of the biggest inlets in from the Atlantic that allowed for one of the biggest shipyards in existence on the East Coast to be right here in Milford. I thought that was kind of fun.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
That's cool. Milford is a river town at the end of the day. Do you want me to pull down here so we get a little bit of the park?
Sure.
We're gonna pull down here to the right of Surf Bagel over on our right. We might shift a little bit from we do have a 3-camera setup today. Might shift a little bit to Sean's professional view. We're pulling into a parking lot. There isn't really a road that leads up to this nice park. See the goose all relaxing and chilling. Beautiful day to be a goose. It's actually not a beautiful day to be a goose. It's kind of cold and really windy. Probably a good day to be a goose here at this park, but this is the Milford Park. New place was built over there for the kiddos, as well as pickleball, basketball, and this is the host of most Milford events. This open green area, gazebo, pavilion, bridges, walking spaces. arenas and Surf Bagel. Bicentennial Park becomes the host for many events. The Riverview Fest, Ladybug, and even the Bug and Bud Festival. Stay tuned for fun fact number 2 later on for more about ladybugs. Up on our left is the new Milford Police Department. Recently upgraded from what we see over here on our right. We are continuing down Northeast Front Street, and what we're going to do here is we're going to take a right on North Rehoboth Boulevard. Rehoboth is a familiar name in Delaware. It's the Rehoboth Beach. Would be one of the beaches we'd make it to if we continued down this route to Route 1. Was not a fan of the last time we shot this and had to go over that bridge.
I was just thinking.
Funny little story. And feel free to throw on some lo-fi music, some jazz, some anything that puts your mind at ease, and mute this video if you're like, wow, this guy just keeps yapping. But last time we shot this is the second time. The first time didn't go as well, and one of the reasons was there was some construction going on the Mispillion River that actually forced us to stop right on the bridge. And your friend here is not a huge fan of bridges in open water. And am I making it up, or was the bridge shaking?
No, it was shaking.
Yeah, the bridge was shaking.
Definitely was. Big trucks coming on.
The big truck, it shakes a lot when you're just sitting still on that small little bridge. And that Mispillion Bridge, obviously going over the Mispillion River, is the key point in what we were talking about earlier in Milford's history being a shipyard. Golfers out there, stay alert. We got 3 big hits coming up. Number 1 is going to be a new restaurant. Number 2 is going to be a new clubhouse. And number 3 is going to be something that's happening in Milford in 2025 that I don't even think is public knowledge about this property yet. Oh, Crispin Cutter's got this. Nice. Austin's a great guy. Glad he got that contract. Someone's out here golfing. What is wrong with them? I want to be them. So this is the Big Oyster Brewery and Restaurant. You can see they got the nice, what is that? What is that called? Silo?
Yeah.
A little mini silo. So this is a brewery and restaurant, brand new to Milford, Delaware, coming up from Lewis, its original location. And over here on the right, we have a brand new clubhouse. 2 other buildings right next to it. You may be wondering what those are. The one to the right, I'm going to turn the car a little bit so we can see what's going on. The one to the right here is an indoor swing shack. So we have the range going out there from the front. If you look from the front angle of this, you'll see those garage doors like that again, except they're open and you have swing bays Food can come directly from this restaurant. You can see it's not fully restauranted yet, but it will be a bar and grill that stems off of that. And many people don't know that there's actually going to be a complete winter membership that can be had at this course, so that during the cold seasons, during rainy days, I'm sorry, not rainy yesterday, windy days like today, you can enjoy golf in Milford, Delaware, from the comfort and heat of a bay with food brought to you. And that will be coming to the Southern Delaware Golf Club in 2025, spring of 2025. Also, if you're coming to Delaware anytime and you just need a spot to go golf, shoot me a text. Zach, we don't know where to eat. We don't know where to golf. We don't know where to take our kids on a Saturday while we're down in the town. Shoot me a text. It's in the bio below. Won't throw it up on screen. And if Delaware is more than a landing spot for a weekend and more of a landing spot for life, the next two places we're going to be driving through are going to be for you. Over on our left is going to be the overpass that would take us to the western side of Milford. That's going to get us into places like Slaughter Beach. Cool spot to go out there. Slaughter Beach, the Cedar Creek Marina. But over here on our right has been the talk of the town for the last 4 years. It's the new Bay Health Milford campus. Sean gets one of the cleanest shots of all time that I'm sure you're seeing, and not my face on this GoPro. Hi. You'll see in front of us there's a Nemours Children Health campus, and that was recently completed, and now we know that the plan for this 17-acre parcel is to go building by building, slowly building out a Milford medical campus. They took care of me when I broke my leg. Hey, guys. Good leg break surgery they got. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Somebody said I wanted to turn left. The line on the road says turn right. It's all good. We all make pretty little mistakes, as Bob Ross would say. Beautiful. Modern facility. Inside's even prettier. And then we have a rehabilitation hospital coming up, and you'll see just past that the construction equipment as they begin the plans to continue to expand these facilities. More and more niched medical facilities that are going to be available to local and funded at the top dollar for a medical campus that rivals that of BB's and DuPont up in the Wilmington areas, right here in southern Delaware. Now here's the game plan for you. We're going to loop it back. We're going to jump over that overpass we talked about just before hitting this hospital. And we're going to go on the Route 1. Never been on Route 1? You've probably never been to Delaware. Speaking of never been to Delaware, you want to hear that second fun fact about Milford? All right. So in 1973, there was a little girl who was entering her submission for what she thinks the state animal of Delaware should be. She apparently was like, you know what? The blue hen, it's had its day. Who's ever even seen a blue chicken? We're going to change it. And so she submits an apparently nice little essay that the ladybug should be the state animal. It's more common, brings more joy, it's throughout the state. And apparently, the state said no. The state said, that's a dumb idea. We're going to keep the blue hen. And so being a Milford resident and Milford not having a state animal, went ahead and adopted the ladybug as theirs. And since then, we now have the Bug and Bud Festival and the Ladybug Festival to commemorate it. All thanks to a little girl giving her best shot and getting denied. Which I thought was a fun story of redemption and ladybugs. What do you think the moral of that story is, Sean?
I don't know, but I'm glad she got something. Yeah. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Is that a tumbleweed? We're now going over the overpass of Route 1. We're going to hook a right. Now, if we were to stay straight, that would take us out to the coast. Milford is a coastal town. You're not going to see the beaches as you're sitting in your home in Milford. And more than likely, those that live here know you're probably not going to Slaughter Beach or Bowers Beach for your beach day. Probably going down the Rehoboth, Lewis, and the like. But as we took a right there, it's taking us off that overpass. And now we are officially on Route 1. Milford has 2 exits off of Route 1. As you'll see, if we were to continue to head north, we would make our way up to Dover and Wilmington. This route will take you all the way up to and through Wilmington and all the way south to and through the beaches. Route 1 is the spine of Delaware. We should do a drive of Route 1.
Straight shot.
Just a straight shot. Straight from Philly all the way down to Fenwick. Now what we're doing is we are traveling up Route 1. We're going to get to the top of Milford. We're going to hook a little U-turn out in front of the Chevy dealership. And when we do so, we are going to be traveling back into Milford the way that most people are going to be traveling into Milford if coming from the north. You can see this is our second exit back to Milford. And if you were to get off on this exit, you would also have the opportunity to hook a right, make it out to Slaughter Beach. We have a couple listings out there, by the way. One lot of land and one that's sitting right on the Cedar Creek Marina itself. It's a beautiful property. So calm out there. We're traveling under the newest overpass. Put in, refurbished about 2016, 2017. And this area over here on the left, this is all brand new. Last 6 years, 7 years, I'd say. All of it's gone in, and it'll continue to get developed. The farmland behind this area will continue to get developed, and there's 200 acres that are being developed. Independence Park, I believe it's called. Very early stages, but a lot of development in that area. All right, we're almost to the point now where we're going to be U-turning. Hang with us. Enjoy the drive. Follow him. Now, I mentioned earlier, a little surprise. If you live in Milford, watching this, hi, I'm a Milford resident as well. 19963. If you're an out of Milford resident, this may be new to you. If you're an out of Delaware resident, this will definitely be new to you. But Milford has 24 restaurants, 5 grocery store options, 3 pharmacies, 2 hospitals, and as of 2025, we'll have a new restaurant that is known nationwide. This restaurant has made-to-order food, fresh ingredients daily, from what I'm told, and is going to be outside of the Milford movie theater. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie theater. And I don't really know, is there a better food before you show the restaurant? Is there a better food to grab pre-movie theater? I think it's a pretty solid pre-movie theater option. What do you think?
I think so.
I think it's up there. I think it's top 5 at the very least. We got it. You can show it. It's Chipotle! Chipotle is my life, as that one kid on Vine would say. Chipotle will be open here within the next month and a half. The unit to the right, still not 100% sure. Also got the Surf and Turf restaurant. Shout out Woody, my guy Alan, Andy as well. Back there we have the Milford movie theater. Have the United Church, the Food Lion, that's one of our grocery stores. Walmart, that is one of the grocery stores. 2 big corporate boys. Got Red, and there's all these in the pharmacy as well. The Wawa over on the left and the bowling alley over on the right. This is really the main drag of Milford. Not going to see a ton of residential. A lot of this is commercial. As we pass residential. It's a nice house. and we approach where we're going to be tidying up our tour. We're going to take a right onto Milford Harrington Highway up here. I want to show you one of my more favorite restaurants by two people who own a couple other restaurants in the area, well known throughout Milford. Always love to shout them out. If you're looking for a drink and some food while you're in town, or if you live in the area and you want a new option, I'm going to give you one. And over here on the right, a residential strip mall, Mexican restaurant, Tractor Supply, Jersey Mike's, Pizza Hut. Got the barber shop. Got one of my favorite nutrition places over here, by the way, Euphoric Herbals. If you're into whole nutrition. Speaking of whole nutrition, Taco Bell. Don't know any place to fit your whole nutrition in one place than Taco Bell. And we're turning right off the highway onto Milford Harrington Highway, which is just a road. It says highway, but it's just a road. And if you're wondering what two towns the Milford Harrington Highway connects, you're probably already right. It's Milford and Harrington. And we're going to take that turn onto Williamsville, see a little bit of the back end of Milford, and then we'll be rounding out our tour. Actually, we could take a left up here at the stoplight. And over here, we got Kiss My Axe, owned by the great Carla Montez, and Easy Speak right next to it. Easy Speak is a fantastic bar and grill, speakeasy vibe, as you can tell by the name. And yeah, we're going to take a left up here at the stoplight, and for a specific reason. Milford is one of my favorite towns in the state, hence why we ended up buying a home here. And to be frank, one of the reasons for that is it's very diverse. You have your nice downtown, your events, your community. You have your proximity to the beaches. You can get on Route 1, get anywhere you want in the state. It's low key, but also you have areas out here where it's just field and looks like some buzzards. It's fun. Fields, lakes, nature centers, that's what you can expect to see on the west side of Milford. Some neighborhoods being built, as we can see off to our right. We don't have a name on this one yet, but we do know it's going to be a Cahovanian neighborhood. We'll hook a left up here. In an area that a lot of people would consider the boring, trail less trot. But many people like myself enjoy the fact that Milford and a lot of towns in Delaware, Felton, Frederica, Harrington, Houston, Camden, Hartley, Seaford, Georgetown, Greenwood, still have a bit of that old school Delaware feel. Back when Delaware was truly Delaware. It's not that anymore. People know where we're talking about now. Delaware is not a secret. And these are the types of areas that a lot of people, when they're looking into Milford, want to live. They want to live on the outskirts. They don't want to live on Front and Walnut Street. They don't want to necessarily be right on top of the hospital, but they want proximity to it. Not talking to you, you might live here in Milford, but it's what we're seeing of people moving in. A lot of people want to be on those outskirts. Why do you think that is?
Be away from the people.
That's fair. Less people.
Quiet.
Quieter, yeah. We're about to round out our tour as we come up on Williamsville Road. We're coming up on McGinnis Pond. McGinnis Pond right there in front of us. Take a quick old left. More nature, more quiet, more chill out to the right. Gotta be honest. Getting through the Bohemian Mill. Over here on the left, we got Griffith Lake Estates. Now Bohemian Grove, that's different. For anyone 17 minutes in on this tour, has got a little bit of a tinfoil hat that heard me hear Bohemian Grove. We're on the same level, brother. I like a good conspiracy theory. Sean can't get me to shut up about them sometimes. The Pepto-Bismol Pink House over to the left. It's been that pink for forever. And here's Griffith Lake. Let's hook a right as we finalize our tour. One of my favorite towns, Milford, Delaware. And to close us out, Sean let me know beforehand he had prepared a song for us. So, Sean, if you want to... I'm joking, Sean.
Like, I'll make something up.
Yeah. Milford.
The Mills and the Fords.
The Mills and the Fords got together. And now we got a town. Recently built home here on the left. What a property. If we continue to go out straight, that would be Harrington, that would be Maryland, and if you're here during the Christmas times, there's actually a house that's putting on an incredible Christmas light show out in Harrington. I'm sure they'll be there in 2025 again. They have actual literal spotlights. I just find it so crazy. Light bill has to be wild. And final fact, for anybody watching this, you can look this up yourself. You're not going to believe me when I say it. And I'm not going to point at the exact house, but we're driving by it. Is a house that is actually a business, and the business is breeding rats. They breed rats for shows. That's a thing. And the business is called the Fancy Rat Authority, which I just find very, very interesting. All right, we're going to close out with no talking, just looking at some nice big houses here at the Retreats of Hazard Hill. Thank you for joining us. And if you want to see more tours of towns and towns like Milford here in Southern Delaware, subscribe as we're touring every single Southern Delaware town, communities, points of interest, and everything that makes Southern Delaware one of the best places to live in the country. Have a great one. Oh, that's cute. Wow, that doesn't look like a Delaware house. The Retreats at Hazard Hill is where a lot of wealth goes to sneak away. They're not sneaking away at all. They're like, we're wealthy. He said, hi, we're rich. you hear the sound of my voice, hit that like button, hit subscribe. It helps the algorithm from what we can tell and lets more people know about our great state, great city, and the fact that we sell homes here. So if you yourself know someone who's looking to buy a home, sell a property, move here, get your investment dreams started. We'd love to help you at Loft. We got a team of superstar agents that have been working now for 8 years, sold close to 1,000 properties now. We'll hit that in 2025. A couple of homes here in this neighborhood. And that will conclude our tour. Have a great one, and have a dandy Delaware day.